Hello and welcome to Simon's Universe of Music. So I hope you're enjoying the channel, I hope you're subscribing, and I hope you're putting the thumbs up, and I really want the comments to keep coming in. So today we're just going to jump straight into it, no messing about. We're talking about Liam Gallagher. Liam Gallagher, the rock star, the icon, the man. He means absolutely everything to me. I've loved the guy since I was probably about 13, 14. I wanted my hair like him. I wanted to dress like him. I love the fact that when I was getting clothes through my teens and in my 20s, of wanting to be exactly like him. When I was out shopping that I wanted to buy something, my inspiration was like, if he looks good like this, I want that. When I was like, say, 16, 17 and that, I had pictures of him on my wall, but most importantly, I've seen him live, and I've seen him live 12 times. I saw him 9 with Oasis and 3 with BDI, and I enjoyed seeing BDI, It was pretty cool. Twice in Wolverhampton Civic and once at Birmingham Academy. But it's Oasis that I really enjoyed seeing him the most. When you've been to see Oasis, one of the greatest moments you were waiting for at that gig, and maybe one of the moments that people were paying for, obviously you're going to get, your 20 odd songs of their catalogue that are obviously going to be incredible and absolutely brilliant. But I think one of the greatest moments that I would always talk about before I was going, like months, weeks, days of knowing that you got your ticket and you're going to the gig, it was waiting for that moment of when, like, In the Bushes is going to come on and he's going to walk out, say hello, and then you're straight into it, and yeah, it's a great feeling. Even when there's the instrumental bit going on through the song, and he's standing there looking at you because basically guys want to be him, women fancy him, and he's just got it. He's just got it. I went to see him in Manchester in 2005 on Don't Believe the Truth. Dubs were supporting with the Red Walls, and Liam was sat on the side before the gig and after the gig. When you saw his presence, you always felt pretty starstruck. Somebody asked me a while back, who's the best front person you've seen? I can honestly say it's Liam. Liam is the best front man I've seen. I've seen lots of others, but Liam Gallagher's had the impact on my life that's really given me so much. I wear pretty green. I've got loads of pretty green. I had to wear my pretty green parka. I can't tell you enough of how much Liam Gallagher has absolutely something so incredible that I really do love. With Liam doing the gig the other day, going down the Thames, me and Susanna watched it and it was amazing. He was really good, his voice is brilliant, right? The set list was good and he done himself real justice. It's just absolutely unbelievable. It really is truly unbelievable that all these years down the line that Liam Gallagher can still get on the boat, still deliver them tunes and have everything as perfect as a fan would want. He's got Bonehead playing with him, which is pretty unbelievable, and it's great to see him back playing with Liam. With them two being together from the start of Liam's career, I think that plays a massive, massive, massive part for Liam and for the band, and hopefully when obviously the world gets back to normal, let's say, it will be really good when Bonehead starts playing with Liam again. So that's pretty cool. So I think we have to talk about the new single, All You're Dreaming Of, and the video, and obviously the time period this has come out. It's Christmas with John. Been 40 years now since he's gone. With the video of Liam by the fireplace walking through the snow. It is a brilliant video. It is a great tune. It goes to charity to help the kids, which I've heard Liam do interviews about recently, which he says, like, you know, he loves saying that he's got enough, but I think that's a bit like, haha, well, we know that. But, hey, you know, he's brought out this single. It's a great tune. It's got that vibe to it where his vocals have been pretty excellent. And with the gig going down the river, the set list that he did with doing Head Shrinker and Fade Away, it's a great time to talk about Liam. It's a time of year where it's nice having Liam about, and he is pretty something. That he's been behind the NHS this year, which we all know that's so important, and I think it's been really good to have Liam about this year, and it shows that he cares. Liam has showed that he cares about the fans, he cares about people, and from when you can look at Liam Gallagher of being wild in the 90s and totally crazy, like beyond belief, just nuts, magazines, newspapers, and having this, how do you say it, this image of Liam being Mr. Wild Rock and Roll Man. Well, I think Liam's proven to a lot of people out there that it's just like, you know what, I am about peace and love, you know, I am about music, and I absolutely want to give the people something which is pretty special. And I think it's going to get to a point where it's just like, you know what, between him and the other one, you know, Liam's actually showing now, it's just like, has he lost interest in talking about the other person and seriously moved on? And seriously showing that it's just like, you know what, once I did need that person, but now I really seriously don't. And that is a really mega thing to say. And that is just like gonna maybe push the other people's buttons. I don't know, because I've seen the other one more than this one. So, when I talk about the two Gallagher brothers, they're the biggest influence in my music world. They always will be, they always have been, and there's not a day that goes by where they haven't done something for me in the influence of music. There's things that Liam has given to me along the road. The first time I saw him live was at Wembley 2000 on the Familiar to Millions, and I was on the Friday at that gig. Yeah, the first time I saw Oasis was at Wembley, and I know I went out into Worcester the night before with my mate James and my mate Dave, and the three of us went to Wembley together. It was incredible, you know, it was incredible to see Liam for the first time. And with seeing Liam at Wembley for the first time, in fact, I can honestly tell you this, as soon as Oasis came on stage, right, I had a little carrier bag and I had my camera in my bag. And the camera went flying and everyone went crazy. And I was looking for my camera and I couldn't find it. This geezer handed me my camera back, and the rest of it was happy days. Seeing Oasis for the first time at Wembley was really good. Yeah, I can remember it. I can remember when Noel done his little bit before Stand By Me, and I was like, oh my god, this is the greatest thing in the world. But even before I got to see them at Wembley, I knew exactly of what this band meant to me and the impact it was going to have on me seeing Liam for the first time, because I love them both equally as each other. From the beginning right up until I was about 27, 28, Liam Gallagher meant everything to me. Now I'm starting to think that Liam Gallagher has always meant something to me and always will. And he's proving still to this day that he has absolutely got the lot. He has got everything that is so special for a frontman to come out of one of the biggest bands this country has produced, and got everything for young guys and girls and music fans can thoroughly enjoy, to give inspiration to people and not be afraid of anything, and go out and live your life and be confident about what you're doing. And this is why Liam Gallagher is a huge, massive part of Simon's universe of music. So that was the first time I saw Oasis. You have to talk about singles like this, because Songbird, you can talk about Little James, but yeah, Songbird is a great Oasis song, a great Liam song, and the band knows, and we all know as fans, of when that was released, it had absolutely everything that, you would want from Liam. Short, quick, easy, and perfect, and his vocals are perfect. He nailed that song, and yeah, it's a great song to have. It was on a great album, and a great time period for Oasis, I think. But for the impact of songs that Liam did give to Oasis, we all know that's right up there. So the other thing that Liam Gallagher has given us is what he loves. That's a Parker, that's a Lambretta Parker, which says Midland Mods there. There you go. And it's got, what else has it got on it? Got my little mod badge on it. So the influence of Liam was making me go out and buy Parkers. That was my first Parker. Then I've got another Ben Sherman Parker, Union Jack on it, mod sign on it. So he's made me go out and buy Parkers. I've got this one, I've got another pretty green one, and I'll probably end up getting a new one at some stage. But yeah, so fashion wise, I've got a pretty green t-shirt underneath this. I've got my pretty green trousers on. But yeah, fashion that Liam Gallagher has given us has been a massive deal for me and my friends, and I absolutely love it. I mean, you couldn't want anything better, to be honest. You got your favourite Rockstar, right, that has got his own clothing label, and for me, I love it. I absolutely love it. I love the influence of someone like Liam having this, and yeah, I know the shops have gone, and there's been a few problems along the way, obviously, with rent on the shops and the business and what they owe. I think recently I read it was like 15 million quid that they owe, but I will always buy it. I will buy it forever. Even when I'm probably an old man, I shall still probably, be wearing pretty green, which is crazy as it sounds, but it is true. So, yeah, I love wearing pretty green, and I hope it keeps going as long as it can. So the other impact that Liam Gallagher has also had on us is just like going out and absolutely going down the pub and having lots of beer, smoking cigarettes, which I don't advise you to do. But even with my friends and going to gigs and the image that he gave us, it's just like, not so much now, but back then, from wherever you walked out your front door, you wanted to go out and get totally wasted and be like Liam Gallagher, and being cool and trying to have an image and look and act like the man, because that's how much of an impact he's had on us. So with Liam Gallagher, it's always been about his vocals really, and his vocals and what he always gave to the tracks that he's given us through Definitely Maybe, What's the Story, Be Here Now, Standing on the Shoulders, Don't Believe the Truth, Dig Out Your Soul. I think that's alright. You can put the master plan in there. It would be really interesting if you can tell us what you think are the best tracks that he sung on. I think Rocking Chair is definitely up there. I love Champagne Supernova and Held Skelter, what he covered the other day on the boat, and even songs like Acquiesce. I just think it is remarkable of like how he would lay down them tracks in that band and how he would nail it pretty much first time round. But even for the times of seeing him live, there wasn't a time I ever thought I would walk away disappointed from seeing Liam. And I think the majority of the gigs that I went to see Liam live, I don't think he ever really let us down once. In fact, I can never honestly say that I've been to, when I was going to see Oasis, I can honestly say there wasn't a time where they ever let us down, or he let us down. I was very lucky. I think I was very lucky in the stages of seeing Oasis that Liam's vocals were always pretty good. I got quite close down to the front when I went to see him at the NIA in Birmingham when they were doing the Heathen Chemistry tour. That was pretty cool with my mate Mark. And also when we went to see him at Finsbury Park, that was pretty amazing. We were pretty much in the middle. I was always pretty much in the middle, watching Oasis sort of thing. The closest I've ever got to him was when I saw him at BDI in Birmingham. He came on stage, he walked down the front, and we were there, and yeah, that's the closest I've been to, contact with him. But, hey, who knows one day. Even if he was on the front cover of a magazine, and there he is, GQ, being the fan, always get it, because he always wanted to know what was happening, his opinions, his style. It was always fascinating to read, and it's a shame that obviously magazines like Q have gone, because they always did great interviews with Liam, his brother, and obviously in the past with Oasis and BDI and so on. But magazines have always been really good for Liam's image and for people to read about him and his, where he's at in his life. But I think for young people now to get into Liam Gallagher is a really good thing, and for what he said recently, it's good that you just got to keep bopping along and keep going, because from obviously the way the chain works, from Beatles down to obviously 30 odd years down to the 90s with Oasis and that, and now the clock's ticking and he's in his 50s, and then you still got people going to see him. Can he still fill out arenas? Absolutely, there's no doubt about it. If he's touring next year or the year after or wherever, I'm going, because I'm at the stage now where I've missed him on his first two solo albums because I've been going to see his brother, but at the same time it's just like now I'm ready to go and see Liam again, and I know it will be value for money. I know he will deliver the goods, and plus I'm really looking forward to see which way in his career goes now. You know, what other sort of records can he make? Can his songwriting get better? Can he make music with other people in bands? Or, can him and Ashcroft get together? Or is there anyone that he would like to make music with that they can combine something special? Which I think would be pretty awesome. So, he's very keen, he's very enthusiastic, his passion is there at the top. And I think his passion and his enthusiasm definitely rubs on to fans like myself. Especially with making Universe channel. His influence on me has been quite a massive thing. And it's just like, his attitude and the way that he makes you want to get up in the morning and get your nuts out, and shake it about. So, and that's always pretty cool. But everything that he has given us with the Oasis tunes, some BDI tunes as well, are pretty good and that, but I don't think that was one of his happiest times. The other thing I've started doing with Liam at the minute is collecting the singles on vinyl. There's that one. Now That I Found You, the single about Molly. Shockwave. And One of Us. They're the little ones that I've got in a minute. I think Liam's two solo albums are fantastic. I'm more of a fan of the second one, and the impact of the first one was pretty amazing. But even with stuff along the way with Liam, Scorpion Rising, when that came out and him playing on that, I had to get that. It's a great tune, and I think it was a nice little thing to Liam to work on. And even with the Death in Vegas boys, they were going to get involved with Oasis and it never worked out. I'm quite glad it didn't, because Dave Sardy is an absolutely incredible genius. But what are your favourite tunes on Liam's solo albums? Because I really love Why Me, Why Not. I think Why Me, Why Not is my favourite Liam solo track. From when I heard it the other day, his vocals, the words, and the way that the band play on it, I think it's pretty brilliant. I think, even with Bold on the first album, when that went crazy and how many people love it, but Liam does have this knack of, obviously, with who he absolutely loves and what he takes off the influence of Lennon. I think that is absolutely amazing. I think that is an absolute great thing which has had an impact on the fans as well, to get into John. I absolutely adore Liam's passion for Lennon and how much he loves the man, idolises the man, makes people like us want to listen to John Lennon's music, and the other influences of like George Harrison and the Stones and the Who. I think whenever Liam has said anything over the years, it's made me want to go out and check other records of the greats of who we all love. That is a real impact. But for Liam to love them people back then and take their fashion sense as well and make it into their own and have obviously things like this is an absolutely beautiful, creative, magic thing, because we all take on a bit of like ourselves where, you know what, we're going to take this and we're going to take that and I want to look like this. We all can't look as much as a geezer as Liam Gallagher, but we give it a good go, you know? If it's from a haircut, if it's from a jacket, and if it's from a pair of shoes, you know, whatever it is, the influence that he has, you know, for the music fans is absolutely mega amazing. So I can't get enough of obviously talking about this subject because there's so much you can say about Liam Gallagher and there's so much influence you can take from Liam Gallagher. From everything is perfect for him being the rock star that he is. Well, there's one way you can sum it up, and that is he's like a hero. He is like a superhero. And I mean, yeah, you can watch the Avengers and all that, but when it comes down to reality of what Liam Gallagher is, he is my hero. He is my superhero. He is reality. He is a rock star, and he is the rock star that I idolise the most. I think that he has the thing of makes people really go out and try and do the best they can as a vocalist in music, and how many people idolise him within music that want to copy him. But what I think is really something is I'm looking forward to whoever comes along in the future that says, I want to be like him. And the other thing is that Liam says there's too many goodies out there, and you know, you can't do this and you can't do that, and everyone can't, you know, kick off and get into trouble. Well, I'm telling you right now, it does need someone out there who can, you know, get the record deal, go out, cause havoc, get in a newspaper, get in a magazine, you know, have an affair, cock it all up, you know, achieve something where, you know what, you're getting your face seen. And that's what he did. He got his face seen. He caused problems for people. But when he was causing problems for people, and he could afford to cause problems to people, then, you know what, he got noticed. But the one thing's for sure, he followed it up. He followed it up with his job. He followed it up with the tunes that he was singing. He was so like, yeah, I'm going to go out and do this, I'm going to go out and do that, I'm going to go out on stage and I'm going to sing them songs, and when I'm not doing that, then I'm going to go out and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to smash it all up. Well, that's fine, because that's what the fans wanted, and that's what we loved about him, and that's what we still love about him today. But when you're on stage, you know, he delivered the goods. But what also is the other thing about Liam is when he wasn't on stage and he was going out into London, or he was going out causing problems with relationships and that, he went out and he wasn't afraid of anything. And that's what we want to see in the future. Whoever it is, idolise people like Liam, because it's people like Liam, yeah, who sent the mark along other people along the way, set the mark for someone to go out and be a rock star. And absolutely, he would give you the best credit in the world. He would be like, that's it, that's what I want to see, that's what he wants. And that's why we all love him, because he didn't care, but he lived up to the goods. And I absolutely love it, you know. And he has made me, in my life, make these decisions, have these thoughts, have these things where it's just like, you know what, I'm going to buy that shirt, I'm going to get them shoes, I'm going to go out the front door, I'm going to go and have a good night with my mates, and that's it, you know, and I'm going to absolutely love it. But then I'll be going to work the next day, you know what, and I'm not going to cry like a baby, I'm just going to get on and do it. And that's what people are going to do. And that's the impact of Liam Gallagher. When the film came out and he was talking about the breakup, his life, where he was at with, getting together with Debbie and that, which I really think has been an incredible, special thing. And I can honestly say, when you get to that stage and you meet that person that can help change your life, it's the most wonderful, incredible thing in the world. And we're both very lucky in that way. The film was absolutely brilliant. It was really good. It was really good to hear Liam's opinions. It's really good to see him and these two boys, and Molly as well, and the love he has for Debbie. I think I'm not going to go into his sort of personal life for the things that have happened with him and people in his relationships and his marriages, because I don't think it's right. I mean, you can talk about it as a fan with Nicole and Patsy, and people in America and that. But, what Liam has given us with music-wise, that's what it's all about, And I think for people that I've met along the road, the criticism that Liam has taken over the years, I think has been a bit unfair, because you either love him or you hate him. It has never once stopped me loving him. I think Liam has had an influence turning me into the character that I am, and just given me the influence of music and their love for the Beatles, Liam's love for the Beatles, and definitely Lennon. But, he has made me pretty much become the fan that I am of Oasis. I know it's all of them are involved in it, but he is the one that dragged you in. He was the one that made you wanted to buy the ticket. Yes, you have the songs by Noel, but to me, I think it's the charisma and everything about Liam Gallagher, of him being that focal point of the stage when you've got 80,000 or 250,000 people, going to that gig. What's the one thing you really want the most? You want Liam there, singing them songs, and being, the coolest man in the universe, because that's what he is. He is the coolest man in the universe, and the songs that he gives us are absolutely phenomenal. The vocals that he gives us are phenomenal. But not just that, it's the memories that Liam gives us. It's the stories that Liam gives us. It's everything that Liam gives us with his interviews, when he was doing the Jonathan Ross the other week, when he's talking on the radio to people, how he feels about his family. And I think what he thinks about his family is so important, and really for us to know that one thing's for sure, he loves his mum. He loves his mum so much, and that is absolutely amazing. And his kids and everything about that is fantastic. But one thing's for sure that I love is the memories that Liam's given us. And when you've got photos of having days out, I've loved all the experience that he's given us by going to the gigs and the people that I've gone to gigs with. I've loved all the music that he's given us. I love the attitude that he has. I love everything about him. So with everything that Liam Gallagher's brought us over the years, the one thing that is the most important is just the music. What and for the good times, writing off the bad times. He is an absolute icon, an idol, and someone that will go down in rock history as being one of the greatest frontmen of all time. He is, and you know what? When I think about the memories of me seeing him, but not just that, waiting on the phone to get a ticket, and it being one of the greatest things ever, knowing that you're going to go and see this frontman who is going to give you the best songs that you absolutely love. And I think you can't get better than that. And it's just like, I hope to see Liam carry on doing that. From when I was watching him the other day, when he was on the boat, it was just like, he can still deliver. And I think this is the most important thing out of all of this. Liam Gallagher can still deliver them tunes. He can still go up to that mic with his hands behind his back and give you exactly what you want and make you feel good, make you feel happy, and make you think like, you know what, I absolutely love that man, because that man has got it. I'm so grateful for everything that he's given us, as in like his voice, his music, his love, his passion, his sense of humour, the joys of having him, want to go out and give it his all. And I can honestly say he has never let me down. He never has done, he never will do. And I will always, always, always stick up for Liam Gallagher. He is my favourite frontman of all time. And I think, for people that have seen Bobby Gillespie, Ian Brown, who else? Tim out of Charlatans. Liam's my man. Liam's my number one front man. And I think there will be many times where you talk about obviously all different people in the same category. But, I've met Simon Fowler and he is another great front man. But, Liam's my number one front man. He always will be my number one front man. I love who Liam idolises the most, and I will always carry on, being the fan that I am. But what's more importantly, I'd love to know what you think about Liam, and what are your favourite songs, and what you really like about him, and what has he given to you in your life? How do you feel about the tracks that he has written? How do you feel about the albums with, working with other people? And what are your favourite things about Liam? It's really interesting. It's a great conversation to have. And I can't wait to eventually meet up with my friends, and talk about this episode and talk about Liam because of the impact that he's given us. It is absolutely amazing. So, thank you very much for watching my Liam Gallagher episode. It is absolutely brilliant to talk about Liam, and I'm sure there will be other things to talk about Liam in the future. But if you can take anything from Liam, it's the music, it's his style, and it's fashion, which I believe are real strong assets for him. So, thank you very much for watching Simon's Universe of Music. Please carry on subscribing. Please carry on putting a thumbs up. And please put your comments in as well. If you can subscribe, it really would be an absolute delight to us. So thank you very much for watching Simon's Universe of Music. And we shall see you next time.